This is a copyrighted edition of our video channel with Godwin as owner of this channel. Please like, comment or share this video. Most people never heard of a tested solution to loneliness that has support by psychologists and professors has ever been found in North America in last 70 years. What could be the story behind it? Winner of 15 awards for Best Director, Hong Kong film director Johnnie To was recently interviewed by BBC that was aired on YouTube with over 1 million views, who was talking about most dangerous thing for any creator that can neutralize years of efforts to create something of value. For those who want English subtitles, they should watch a video on Johnnie To BBC interview by YouTube channel Mema Hong Kong hosted by Stephen Shu, who is known for accuracy on words. According to Shu, what To meant is not having a red line that you can see and can avoid crossing, but a red line that is invisible, and that is the most dangerous thing for creator of anything, so what is created can't meet its intended audiences. To is refusing to make film unless he gets to say what he wanted to say in his film. Otherwise, he said it could make a creator feeling pointless to create because how things are done and how things are going to be have already been dictated. To did not mean just any creator, but creator of work that has literary value, meaning work that can help viewers to better understand the world they live in and the people in it, as well as helping viewers to see who they are, on top of whatever story that is told explicitly. To said this is what is happening to creators like him in Hong Kong. But what if something similar is happening in North America or at least in Canada, neutralizing professors' efforts to end loneliness for most people? What if this can happen to anyone wanting to create a solution to loneliness for most people? This video you are watching is important since as members of our society in North America, we have a habit to do what top universities prescribed for us to do, and we all assume they did it with our best interest by heart, and so we assume university won't impose any censorship on solution to loneliness, as long as professors and psychologists believe it could help most people to get out of loneliness. But can such habit and assumption of ours be keeping us from being able to get out of loneliness? This is only possible if university and those who needed to get out of loneliness do not share same interest. The content of this video is about what can happen to anyone, because of 2 reasons. 1. Dr. Jordan Peterson told his students in 2008 to each take on a social problem, what bothers them, and tried to solve it as class assignment. So his student Godwin chose loneliness because, just like many people, Godwin felt it is a social problem affecting too many people that bothers him, and he wants it to end, first with student loneliness and then with loneliness in society. However, not only Dr. Peterson continued to support Godwin's effort over the years, but other professors include 2 other psychologists, since they believe Godwin found a tested solution to loneliness for most people. 2. This video is not only about detection of what can be viewed as invisible red line imposed by university that stopped a tested solution to loneliness from reaching students unless solution creator is willing to give up ownership of solution for a few $100s, no matter how many years of work had gone into it. But this video is also about what could be viewed as censorship, so students, parents or public would have no way to find out a program to end loneliness had been created through official university broadcast channel, which is what Godwin learned during an official meeting with university in 2018 with Dr. Michelle Ferrari at this meeting too. Since they both were told according to university policy, the university can refuse to promote a program unless university has ownership of it, regardless if Dr. Ferrari had hired Godwin to create this program to end student loneliness, based on Godwin's ongoing work since 2001. This red line is invisible to most people, even to most university professors. For example, in 2017 when Godwin was unsure whether if ending student loneliness is possible, when he could not even get a job for doing that at university, but Dr. Ferrari reassured him, by saying unlike what happened in 2011, this time Dr. Ferrari did not believe anything could stop Godwin from getting hired to do this for 2 reasons. 1. Dr. Ferrari said there is university mandate for this, meaning the university has obligation to support effort to end loneliness for students. 2. Dr. Ferrari said this time he alone could make the decision of getting Godwin hired to do this, without any need of getting approval or funding by other people at university. So Godwin believed Dr. Ferrari because he is a tenured professor who had been working at the university for years, at graduate level, and even has a title as Wisdom Lab Director. For this reason, Godwin spent a whole year doing meetings with Dr. Ferrari, for the purpose of creating a program to end student loneliness. Except their efforts hit a wall in 2018, when Dr. Ferrari said his department head stopped Dr. Ferrari from launching this program but telling Dr. Ferrari to meet with another department for the launching of this program, with Godwin. But the director of this other department told Dr. Ferrari and Godwin about the university policy mentioned earlier. That was when Godwin realized there seems to be some kind of unspoken rule restricting what kind of help students can have access to, who is allowed to help ending student loneliness and what students could know from official university broadcast channel, but this red line was only visible when the program was ready to launch, with years of unpaid work poured in, without knowing all work would be going down the drain. If the 5 professors involved in creating this solution knew Godwin could be wasting years of work only to get a few $100s or face censorship of his work, they would have warned Godwin. This is the greatest fear for creator of program, movie, or literature. An invisible red line can keep your work from reaching its intended audiences. Without your intended audiences, how can a creator get paid? If a creator can't get paid, then how can people expect what they needed to be created for them? Just think about this for a moment. If Godwin could teach the solution to loneliness to students at the university, why did these 3 psychologists, Dr. Peterson, Dr. Jeff McDonald and Dr. Roman Taffaroti, feel the need to support Godwin to raise up to $20 million in 2015 just so a place could be created where Godwin could teach students the solution? If an invisible red line is in place that kept tested solution to loneliness from reaching students, resulted with students using an older solution to loneliness that is far less effective by comparison, then how can the public still assume out of habit university will always act with best interest of students in mind? At least on issue of loneliness. In 2019, when Godwin told Rotman professor psychologist Dr. Anthony Naimi about being asked during a meeting with university with Dr. Ferrari there in 2018 to create program based on Godwin's unpaid work since 2001 along with ownership of program for few $100s, Dr. Naimi asked whether Godwin was feeling insulted? But insulting behavior from power beyond you with you feeling powerless to fight back can still be viewed as bullying, right?